Hi, and welcome to Homeless in Fresno. This is Des, your host today. We're out in the streets right now. One of our local street family members, and he actually was the first one to get arrested on this no camping ban law. And can you explain to us from the beginning what had happened when they walked up on you?
Well, the person came, they parked the cars right here, three of them, and they stayed for about a half hour, maybe 45 minutes, and then he kept talking to me, calling me over and talking to me, and then he was getting real smart, and he just getting real mean with me, so I told him we're talking to him, and the next thing you know, he came out, and he just arrested me and started taking all my things.
Now, did they do the proper procedure? Did they ask you if you wanted help, if you wanted to go to the shelter, or if you wanted to be arrested?
No, they were going to arrest me. They knew they would. I've been working with maps for just a while now, and it just hasn't worked out yet with map and getting a place. So, and he just said he was going to arrest me. He took me in the back of the car and then started smashing all my stuff. He just put it straight into a garbage truck and smashed it.
Okay, now you saying they smashed all your bicycles because you would fix bicycles out here, correct?
I'd fix bicycles too. I'd give, if they need help, if they need work, do work, I'd give them a bicycle and I'd help them. That's basically what I did. It cost me money to do it, but I just helped people out. And he didn't like that because more people come here and help them out, the more people, I guess, they have to deal with.
Tell everybody about what you do with the bikes out here.
The bikes, I just taking people to bring me stuff. I buy things here by there, and I buy tubes. And like some people need to go to work, and I fix their bike, and give them a bike. I don't give people a bike just because they want it. I give them a bike because they need it. A lot of people want a bike, but because they need it. Getting back and forth to work. And it's easier when someone has a bike to get around. You can't afford a car these days. You can't afford. If you're homeless, you usually can't afford a car.
Right.
And the bus does cost $1.25, $2.50 a day. That much is a lot of money out here.
Yes.
That is a lot of money for people out here. And stuff. So a bike makes a big difference. They can go. They can freedom to go someplace, come right back. Stuff's not right down the street. Like the stores are quite a ways away. Any places you want to buy something that has any kind of prices, good prices, the money you want to spend is a long ways away. And so, it's easier to have a bike.
Okay, our understanding is that when you are getting arrested regarding the camping ban law, they're supposed to take your items and store them for 90 days. What you're saying is they just showed up on site and they stuck everything in the crusher. Did they ask you if you were willing to let that stuff go, or did they just go ahead and throw it in there without your permission?
He told me the day before, he was talking to me on the street, asked me how much stuff I got rid of, and I got rid of a lot of stuff because he said I had too much. And the bike stuff, I told him I'd do it, but he said the person that's going to go when I arrest you is that right down and crush it. He crushed a lot of money. I just bought a bike I had for about 35 years, and I brought it out here, and he crushed that. Anything that was out here that was of any value, he crushed. He left me 3 bags. I had a lot of stuff. And I'd give away, but I had my bed and just everything that I had to supply with, anything that was innocent to me, they crushed it.
Now, how long after they arrested you, what was the procedure after that? Did they take you down to Fresno County Jail and book you?
Well, usually they take you down to the I Bureau, which is across the street from the courthouse, and they take you down there and they put fingerprints and stuff, and then they tell you, they make you walk back here from there. That's what they should. But this time they made me go into you get booked, go through all the process of booking, sit there for hours and hours and hours, so I get out.
So how many hours do you think you were in there?
I think I was there until 5. Between 3 and 5, yeah.
And what time did you get picked up?
8 o'clock, before 8.
So from 8, and then you were released about 5 p.m. that evening?
Yeah.
Okay, so did they give you a ticket, a fine, or anything with that and a court date?
They gave me a court date. But then on the ticket it says what the charge is, and it says actually some other charge. And they didn't even understand it. They didn't know what the charge was, so I guess they had to call up and find out what the charge was. And so I guess this is the charge was the first one.
So they told you to call up there to see what your charges are?
The officer had to call and ask what they're in charge of.
The officer called himself to see what the charges were going to be?
They didn't know how to write down for it. So.
Wow. Okay, so now that your stuff is gone, did they take anything, and then do they have it in holding for you?
They had 3 bags. They took everything else I had. They took some blankets and a couple other things. They were no good. And they crushed it all. They took my dog bowls and dog food. And anything, they just crushed it all.
So where are your animals now?
She's laying down here.
Okay, so another street family member held on to your animal
Well,
for you until you got back?
I have I have a service dog, and she's pretty cool. Her name's Sushi. Yeah. He asked me when he goes to SPCA, but somebody already got a hold of her, so nothing they can do.
And how long have you been out here homeless in Fresno?
Right now, about 7 months.
7 months. How long have you lived right here on Santa Clara Street?
For about 3 months.
For 3 months?
Before that, I was over around the corner and stuff. You move around to other places and stuff, so this is the best place for me, I thought, right here. Right across from the pub is easier to get to.
The pub is easier to get to if
Yeah,
you just live right
easier,
here?
yeah, vegetarian and stuff, so yeah.
And after you came back to just your 3 bags and everything, did any assistance, any organizations come out to help?
Well, I didn't get 3 bags yet. I can't get them until Monday. Anything I just always have my shoes on and stuff. This belongs to other people, and I'm just helping go through it. But no, they have it down there. The 3 bags. I don't know what it is. There are 3 bags full of stuff when we left. Right? And I have to go down and find out. Monday, Tuesday I have to call them, and I make an appointment, and then you have to go down there.
So you didn't even pack the 3 bags. They packed them?
No, they put you in the back of the car, and they pick with you what they think you need, and that just makes me mad because. The last time he took myself, he did the same thing. He picked what he thought I needed, and he took the rest, and he put in the question to get rid of it, and you have no choice over it. I don't care. The last time they threw my license, but this time they have my medicines, my diabetes, they have my IDs, and all that stuff. Who knows what's going to be in there? Last time he didn't, he threw my IDs away. The officer threw my IDs and medicine away right here down the street. And I was down there anyways. And I went in for lunch, came back out, and he was just throwing it away as fast as he could in the crusher and crushing it up. That was the other officer, Dewey. This officer, I forgot his name. But he's the same way. You shouldn't, if you hate homeless people, you shouldn't be head of the homeless task force. That's the true thing. And this man, he just didn't like it. So, and he just had nothing good to say about him, nothing good to say about anybody else. It comes with a bad attitude. I try being nice to them, but they just, after a while, they just doesn't get it. They come in, and if they harass you every day, you just get tired of it. It's not like I said I make a mess for something or do anything bad, and everything I do is good. I clean up, every day I sweep the streets and all that kind of stuff. I even took my brooms, and I buy all that stuff myself. It doesn't come out of other kind of money. It just comes out of my own money. I just throw it all away and have to just get new.
Now, a lot of people will ask, the Fresno Rescue Mission states that they have beds available for you if you wanted to go. Is there a reason why you prefer to be right here instead of at Fresno Rescue Mission?
Well, I have a dog named Sushi, and I stay with her. And there's no difference between here and there. And here I feel like I can do more when I'm out here than I would in there. It's just, what's in the mission in here? And you go in there every night, you have to do the prayer service, all kinds of stuff, then you go do the thing, and then you stay, and the next morning you come out, and where you go from there?
Then you're basically out here all day, same spot, so you might as well just stay right here.
Stay right here and stuff. They limit what you have. You can only take a bag in with you. You can't smoke. I smoke every once in a while, so they can't take nothing with you. It's just a religious thing. I think so. I just stay here.
And now, with the new camping ban law, how have things changed out here on Santa Clara NG?
Well, most people, they're spreading out places. They're still here, but they're just spreading out. They're hiding. Basically, they're hiding wherever they can hide, right? And stuff, and that's all figuring out where they're going to go, what they're going to do. But basically, they're just hiding in different places. They're all still here. They all come in here every day. They're just spread out and they're hiding in different places, and that's what they're doing. And if they go here and hide on the freeway, they get a fine. They don't go away. And they get all their stuff crushed in the rest anyway. And railroad tracks, that's $475, and they don't go away.
Wait, so if you're caught camping by the railroad tracks, it's $475?
Even walking down the railroad tracks, you get $475.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, I better stop walking on railroad tracks.
It's $475 fine.
I did not know that myself.
I know people that have got it. Same thing over and over. They don't go away, they just add up. That's the worst thing about this. I don't know what's going to happen with this new one, but there's fines that come with this stuff.
Yes.
And now they booked me. See, before they didn't book you into, because when it cost me, they booked you into Fresno County Jail. Mm-hmm. It was going to cost them to book you in. Now they're booking us in, so that means it's going to be more of a fine. And I don't know what the fine's going to be.
Well, they were talking about this new law. What they're going to do is that it was $1,000 fine, up to 6 months in jail. and they can charge you for picking up your belongings, and they are going to charge you for storing your belongings. So these are all extra fines. I think they're hindering the street family members from picking up their stuff, because if you don't have money to pay a fine, how are you going to have money to pay to get your stuff back?
Exactly. And pay the fine. You're out in the homeless. I don't understand. It's just, it's ignorant. Yeah.
Now, you said that MAPS went ahead and came out and got you and went back there. What is...
They came back. They walk by here in the mornings and do their thing. I don't know why. They new people out. They just come by and tell me that I need to get a WIS report or something like that. Something that I've already got and gave to them. So they want me to have another one. Pretty much every day I go into MAP. And the officer was saying I wasn't in MAP and I wasn't, in the program. So, and I was in the program. So. He's saying everybody else there is depending on that. They got a little letter from MAP says they're in the program and stuff. And I'm there every day at MAP. And I check in every day to make sure to see if they have a place for me to live and stuff. And it just hasn't worked out with me so far.
So what do you think will help right now, since you're out here on the streets and you've seen a lot that goes on and you've been through the programs? What do you think that Fresno City can do to help the homeless instead of hinder them right now with this law?
Find them more places to give them a designated place to stay, like in this area or something. Like they have the sheds over there, but the sheds are something that it's real hard for somebody to stay inside sheds because they have all these little rules and anything you break. If you don't fill out a piece of paperwork right, they throw you out. And this lady was doing security and she didn't write something just didn't check yes to no, they throw her out. And after you move in there and get rid of all your stuff and downsize to exactly what they want, and then they throw you out. And it doesn't matter. When you go there at 6, 7 o'clock at night, 'cause they open up at 4:30, and you have to be in there at a certain time, and they lock it down until the next morning. And if they just throw you out, anything.
So they lock the gates up over there at the sheds?
They can officially lock them up, but they look like they're locked.
Oh, okay.
That's part of the code thing. But you stay in there at night and you can't leave or anything. If you have to work or something like that, I don't know exactly how it works. I haven't stayed in there. I tried getting in there once and there was so many people getting in there and they go through so many people, it's like a clique. And people are in there, this one guy was in there for 6 years, something like that, and it's the same people in there. It kind of gets to be like a clique, and they, I don't know, it just seems like they weed people out and they kick them out because they don't like them. So,
Do you see any changes happening in the next couple of months before we get to the end of the year with the weather and everything like that? Do you see anything positive happening out here in this area?
Not really. Usually during the wintertime, the old officer, he'd tell me, when he takes your stuff, he takes all your stuff that gets you out of the rain first, and that way you can't stay out there. He'd take all your tarps, your tent. I think it took like eight different times I had all my stuff taken. And he took price. So it is, they decide what they want to leave you, and you don't. They decide. They make any decisions they want to throw your personal stuff away. Last time they took my tent heaters, my tent, and everything to keep me warm. And I came back here. I came back here the next day. I had nothing, and it was raining real hard. He didn't care. And they won't let you go right down and get your stuff. I could take it. And then when I went down to pick up my stuff, he wants to meet me at the gate. And the sergeant, he wants me at the gate. He's going to tell me what I can and can't take. And it's your own personal.
So you're not even given an option to decide what you want to take of your own personal belongings?
What you can and can't take. And that's bullshit. We have the right to have our own stuff and pick and choose. And he just gets mad because they give stuff out to people. I don't do anything wrong. If they need blankets, they just go here and she needs some pants and stuff. They want to wait in her hair. And I just give stuff out to people. That's it. And so what's the harm in that?
Well, thank you. I appreciate everything that you've done out here for the rest of the street family members. And then hopefully with this awareness that we're trying to put out there, people better understand. Because what I'm trying to do is bridge the communication gap between the fortunate and less fortunate. And then I air this up on the show and everything. And what it does is it opens up the eyes of the people that don't understand us.
People understand. People out here now they're homeless and they're still working. People work. They work, they have a job, they go to it and they come back and they come here and they go to the job and they come back and come here. And that's the thing they understand. Things happen.
I think that's what's hard for people to understand. They think really down in this area, all there is a whole bunch of people that don't want to work and don't want to do anything with their life. They don't understand that there are people that get up every single morning and go to work all day long and then come right back here to this sidewalk.
Families. families. But people, they actually do. They come down there and they lost their house. They lost this for some reason or another. They got divorced with somebody, and they're paying all the bills still, but they're staying out here at the same time. And that's pretty hard on them. I mean, I understand that kind of thing. They learn after a while they can't keep their cars. So.
Right.
Yeah,
You end up losing those.
Well, you can't afford it. You can't afford all the insurance. And if it has a problem, you can't afford to get it smogged. One thing or another, next thing you know, you can't afford it and pay your bills at the same time.
About if they come out here again, are they going to rearrest you again?
Yeah, they will.